Okay, it's Monday, January 24th, 2020, 9 a.m. Wilson County Commissioners Court is now in session. We'll have the opening prayer by Father Chris of the Sacred Heart Church, Floresville. Father Chris.
In the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit, amen. Almighty God, God of wisdom, God of power, we ask you that you be here in this gathering, that you give us the gift of wisdom, gift of compassion, that whatever we decide, whatever we do, we serve faithfully to the people. We ask this through Christ, O Lord. Amen.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Father Chris. Okay, moving right along to agenda item 3, public comments. We have no one present for public comments, correct?
No, sir. No public comments.
Agenda item 4, certificates of completion and awards. And we have this one. County and District Clerks Association of Texas, certificate of completion awarded to Eva Martinez, Wilson County Clerk, for the completing of 20 hours of continuing education for 2021 as prescribed in Section 51.0605 of the Texas Government Code. Okay, January 22nd, 2022. Patty Henry, and this is the history. For a total of that 2021, Eva received 52.3 hours of credit. Okay, and moving right along, we're going to skip to agenda item number 6 and do the proclamation, and that way y'all won't have to stay for the other presentation unless you'd like to. So agenda item number 6, Richard L. Jackson County Judge, discuss and take action on the San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo Proclamation. And we have members for the Ambassador Committee that they're all going to make a speech here in just a minute. Okay. Proclamation, whereas February 10th, 2022 marks the 73rd Annual San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo, one of San Antonio's most prestigious and largest events. And whereas the San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo is a volunteer organization that emphasizes agriculture and education to develop the youth of Texas. And whereas since inception, over $232 million have been committed by the organization to the youth of Texas in the form of scholarships, grants, endowments, auctions, calf scramble program, and show premiums, with $12.2 million committed in 2020. And whereas the lifeblood of the organization is over 6,000 volunteers, the corporate partners and patrons who support the mission and the events. Okay, whereas in 2020, over 1.5 million visitors enjoyed exciting activities such as world-class entertainment, a carnival, educational exhibits, family activities and attractions, livestock and horse shows and sales, mutton busting, calf scramble, extreme bulls, and shopping for the entire family to enjoy. Therefore, be it resolved that the Commissioners Court of Wilson County, Texas hereby recognizes and proclaims February 10th to the 27th, 2022 official rodeo season, and February 10th, 2022, official Dress Western Day, San Antonio. Official Dress Western San Antonio Day. Okay. Okay, and we call upon the people of Wilson County to join us in supporting the activities and missions of San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo as a volunteer organization that emphasizes agriculture and education to develop the youth of Texas. Okay, would y'all like to say anything?
Thank you. So on behalf of all 6,000 volunteers, our sales staff, our executive committee at the San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo, we'd like to thank you for this honor. We'd like to invite you out to the rodeo again, February 10th through the 27th. As volunteers, we're committed to develop the youth of Texas, and I know through the support of you folks here and the citizens of Wilson County, we can achieve those goals again. So again, February 10th through the 27th, come join us. There's a full list of events and activities on our website at sarodeo.com. So thank
Thank you.
Thank you.
Make a motion, Judge, to approve.
Oh, I'm sorry, go right ahead.
No, picture, we wanted to.
Oh, we'll get it, well, let's do the proclamation, then we'll do the picture, okay?
I make a motion.
Motion by Commissioner Fowle,
Second.
second by Commissioner Perdola, that we accept the proclamation for the San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo. Is there any more discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Okay, motion carries. Okay, now let's do that. Y'all got somebody to do the picture? Whoa. Oh, do y'all want to get in front and put it? Huh? We're not gonna be able to see it.
You know, we can do it this way.
There we go. And then get my side of it. There you go. Get the other side of it.
Oh, that doesn't work?
Here, bring it
behind it.
around, I don't know. Or we can stand up and
No,
hold
you're
it
good.
up.
Perfect. Hold it up there. Pull it tight.
Hey, yeah, why don't y'all get up on the,
Oh, that'll work.
This is good. This is
okay.
perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, good luck. And COVID's gonna be on
I'll see you there.
decline before it gets to the stock show.
Oh, no, we can hope
Yes,
for
yes,
it.
that's what we're praying for.
Oh, thank you very much.
All systems are go.
Y'all want a copy of the proclamation? Or are you gonna be around to get it? Okay.
Thank y'all.
You would all wait until it's signed and then I'll get it.
Okay, moving right along. Agenda item number 5, Richard L. Jackson County Judge, Nikki Storer, Library Director. Discuss and take action on the creation of an outside mural in the library wall facing the inner courtyard. Nikki.
Okay, we're moving right along with developing the property that I asked for, and a thought that myself and Nikki Meyer had was maybe to put a mural. So Nikki has put together a presentation to get your opinion on possible options for a mural. For you.
Okay, so I was looking at the different laws regarding copyright and trademark for books, and titles are not trademarked, so we could technically legally use titles of books, or we can go with books that are already in the public domain, so classics published before 1925. These are examples of other libraries who have put murals on their buildings. You notice that they used a mix of contemporary and classics. The whole wall is 165 feet long, so we could do the whole wall as book spines of books, or we could do the two ends of the walls of the spines of books, and then since it's going to face the outdoor learning center, which will have a community garden in it, we can do the books on the ends with a little garden theme in the middle. Just more examples of libraries. This one did primarily classics. These are titles of books that are in the public domain that we could use without any legal issues because they're already past their copyright dates. Just legal notes about trademark and copyright. Because a title can't be copyrighted or trademarked, we could legally use the titles of books. We could not use a series title and we could not use pictures of the characters, but the rest of it we could. Alice in Wonderland is in the public domain, not Disney's version, but the original version. So we could use Alice in Wonderland as part of the garden theme. There's some different garden ideas that we could use. Not these exactly, it's somebody else's work, but something similar.
Y'all have a recommendation?
I like the idea of the ends of the building to have the book spines and then kind of fade into a garden scene with the middle being part of the Alice in Wonderland. Nikki just recommended having like a little curtain come through where you can see into the Alice theme, so it would be the books in the garden and then you're looking into Alice in Wonderland, like the little tea party scene. Oh yeah, in the middle of the wall, there's a little cutout, a little nook, and I kind of was thinking of maybe putting a little chair in there, and that could be the center of the mural piece, and that little chair would be like the Alice in Wonderland portion of the garden scene. I would make the chair out of plywood so that it wouldn't be destroyed.
Well, we kind of need the sidewalk mural, because I know Commissioner Fogg wants to use the hopscotch part. And this is funded by?
The Wilson County Education Foundation and the library's miscellaneous fund. So I guess our first question is, do we have permission to do the mural on the outside wall?
What's the total cost?
We're just here to ask for permission. We've been in contact with Kevin, and I believe it was Doug Basie, that because the way the bricks are, they're ridged, so we're gonna have to find a product to fill that in to make it smooth. There is a plaster or some kind of concrete that you can smear to make it lightweight, or to make it smooth so we can actually go back and paint the mural. Or I believe, Commissioner Martin, you were telling me the other day, there's some kind of a spray that.
Well, yeah, there's a paint called block filler that will fill some of that, but
So today, we're just looking for permission to do the mural and to see if you have a preference of what you'd like to have the mural painted. I mean, we probably have to do it in stages if the cost for filling in the brick is a little bit more than you're thinking. But I'm sorry, no one from the foundation could attend today.
I think the theme Nikki mentioned would work well with the books on each end.
Do you have a preference for using contemporary titles, or do you prefer us to stick with the classics that are in the public domain?
I think I would stick with what's in the public domain,
Just to be safe?
just to be safe, yeah.
Yes. Make a motion for do the whole.
Well, well, and the auditor brought up a good point. I guess we really can't approve anything without knowing the cost and that it's in the budget. I guess we could grant them permission or direct them to proceed forward and get estimates or whatever.
The library's miscellaneous fund is $500 a year. That's all that the library could, put for it. The other money would come from the private charity of the foundation. So the only money from the county would be our $500 per year. If we did it in sections.
We might have to do it in like thirds. 165 feet is a lot to,
Yeah, it's a
a lot
lot
to paint.
Yeah. Okay, well, and I'll make a motion to give the library permission to proceed forward with painting a mural on the outside wall of the library.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Martin, second by Commissioner Perdola, that we allow the library to do the mural. Is there anything else that we need to cover at this time? Because the funding's going to come from,
Yeah, so all the billing goes directly through the foundation. We would just submit our 500 or whatever our cost is. Yeah, so as long as we're not having to pay the invoice and then wait for money to come back from the foundation, that'll be handled from them, so.
okay. Any more discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Okay, we've got a mural.
Thank you.
Be up
luck.
next week, right?
Oh, no. We have to decide about the stage of the next, the stage and the seating is the next, discussion of how to get that money in.
I'm sure the plastering of that wall is going to be quite expensive. Don't you, Gary?
Yeah, well, it's not gonna be cheap, but Doug's pretty good about working with us, so.
Okay. Moving along to agenda item number 7, Leanne Hoshek, EMC, 7A Pipeline Crossing Permit. We're going to do both of them at one time. A1, permit number 124, Recoil Resources, permit number, or precinct number 2, County Road 207, review and approve. And 7A2, permit number 125, Recoil Resources, precinct 2, County Road 236, review and approve.
The oil pipeline,
It's a gas.
gas line.
Both of these are gas. I met with Recall on both of these pipeline projects.
Where is it running from? From where to where?
The well site is gonna come on 236, he's gonna come across 123, then come across 236, and then go to that facility right there by Mesquite Concrete on 541. The one on 207 is going to come over there on the well on 213.
Isn't that the one that's crossing the river?
Yes.
Crossing the river, yeah. We've got to get,
No, not 207, not crossing the river.
that one's not,
No, that's the other
okay.
one.
Oh, okay.
30.
This is on the other side.
Yes.
So we still got another one on the way, or we already
Yes.
approved that other one? We got another one on the way?
on the way.
Okay.
Probably have a few more on the way.
Yeah.
I think it's a big project.
So they're gonna be furnishing gas like to Mesquite? Do they use
No,
gas
no,
for any
no,
reason?
it's a transfer station there.
Transfer station there?
Instead of burning it off, that's gonna go to that facility, and then they can load it
Okay.
up. I'll make a motion that we approve permit number 124 and 125, Recall Resources.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Fowle, second by Commissioner Martin. We approve permit number 124 and permit number 125. Is there any more discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay, now we're going to 7B subdivision Hondo Ridge B1 review and approve final plat, discuss and take action.
Okay, this subdivision, is a 65 lot subdivision up by Enchanted Oak. It's off of County Road 321 and Precinct 3. And it's gone before the Development Review Committee, has met all the requirements, was given a favorable recommendation. This is one that Mr. Rackler is doing, it's his second development.
Kevin Brown in there with him?
Yes,
Yes.
yes, he was the agent for him. Coordinated it all.
Can we make a motion to accept the final plat and letter of credit in one deal, or we need separate
We
motions?
might do it separately.
Them separate.
Okay.
Yes.
I'll make a motion that we accept the final plat for Hondo Ridge subdivision.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Perdola, second by Commissioner Martin. We accept the plat, or the final plat for Hondo Ridge subdivision. Is there any more discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we accept the letter of credit for $426,170 for the Hondo Ridge subdivision.
I'll second it.
Motion by Commissioner Perdola that we accept the letter of credit for $426,170. Second by, let's see, motion by Commissioner Perdola, second by Commissioner Wiley. Is there any more discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? That motion carries. So we've got
Ink or the other pen? Sorry. More roads. District can take us away and just give us more.
More stuff in there.
321, up there, it's developments. Road goes from principal to- No. They're gonna add more traffic to that little bit road. Might do it, right?
That's it.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, moving along to agenda item number 8, Edward Baker, Health and Public Safety, burn ban, discuss and approve.
There, because the last couple of weeks, it's been getting a little hairy out there with fires burning on the side of the road. We also have had a few, control burns get out of control, but we've had more of the control burns that burn in fields and things like that haven't got out of control, but have blown up 911. And they don't, when we're not in a burn ban, we do not require people to call in, tell us they're burning, and with that, dispatch doesn't know. They don't know whether it's and fire departments don't know. They don't know whether it's a real fire or a controlled burn. So what I really was looking at was a way of getting notification through the permitting system within the burn ban. The criteria during this time of the year, of course, it's raining outside because I put burn ban on the agenda, but this time of the year, the KBDI, the drought index, does not help us because our fuel is dead or dormant, so it'll still burn. And, you know, some of y'all have heard me say this every year you've been here, but this is a way they can notify our office. We can notify dispatch, the fire department, commissioners court. I don't know who else I sent it to. I know I sent it to the sheriff and other officers, I think chief deputy and others, so they'll all know when they're out there looking around, see smoke, they can call in or look and say, hey, this is a permitted burn. Does it stop all the problems? No. Does everybody go by it? No. But it gives us a way of receiving notification that I want to burn a field somewhere. Because whenever our office issues the permit, we automatically email those permits to a mailing list that all of y'all are on and y'all get them. So that's why I wanted to put it in. With these rains, if we can continue to get rain, we'll have winter weeds coming up probably in the middle to the end of February. With that, it slows everything down, and usually if we get rains by the end of February, we're able to lift the burn ban and move on, if we get rain. And if not, then we just leave it intact and keep on going. So that's why I put the burn ban on the agenda.
Because of all the rains we've had this year, There's lots of fuel out there,
A lot.
more than usual.
A lot, yes. Tremendous amount of fuel, unfortunately. Well, it's fortunate for the ranchers, it's just not fortunate whenever it dies and it starts burning.
What's left out there now isn't worth much.
Yeah.
Wouldn't,
Make a good fire.
it'd make a good fire.
I make a motion at this time that we reinstate the burn ban.
I'll second it.
Motion by Commissioner Perdola, second by Commissioner Fogg. We reinstate the burn ban. Is there any more discussion? How does it? Because there's a way that we can end the burn ban without having to come back to Commissioner's Court?
Not really, not officially, I can just start telling people they can burn and not issue a permit. But,
Okay.
the way it, because it's a court adopted,
Order.
yeah, then, you know, it has, the court is the only one, it can either expire or the court can take, take it off. Now, in the past, for the most part, whenever it starts getting wet and we're not having a bind, we just tell people they can burn. We quit doing the burn permit, send out an email saying, hey, we're not gonna permit burn because of this, and so for all intents and purposes, it is off. One of the things that the sheriff's department uses the burn ban for, which is burning at night. But really, you can't burn at night anytime unless you're doing a campfire or heating, something to keep you warm or cook on. But, in the past, I know on the radio, I hear a lot of, we have a burn ban. No. When they get called out, somebody burning at night. And, they just go tell them to put it out or, whatever. We do have large brush piles from land clearing operations that do burn through the night. There isn't a lot anybody can do about that. They can cover them up and start them the next day, but that gets into a pain.
Yeah.
And, in the subdivisions, yes, they have to be out by dark. But out on the rural areas where we have a lot of land clearing going on right now, we're gonna have some major brush piles being burned off sometime here in the near future. And those will be burning through the night.
That's after we'll get that 3 or 4 inch rain though.
Yeah. Well, some of the ones that I've gone out and looked at, there wasn't nothing left to burn but those brush piles because it was down to dirt. They either burned all the grass off or bulldozed all the grass off to start over.
Okay. We got a motion and a second. Any more discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. So we're under a burn ban. You got all that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
One more thing about that, we're actually not gonna be able to start until next week, because I gotta get the website set up and the office set up for taking permits. So it probably won't start till next Monday. Plus, there needs to be a period of time of notification to the public.
Okay.
So it'll start next Monday then?
Yeah, well, that's when we'll start permitting. Right now, we're just gonna go ahead and take their information that don't they can burn. We'll be sending the information off if they call the office, but usually for the first 3 or 4 days, nobody calls the office. And I don't want them getting tickets because they didn't know about it.
Okay. Thank you. Moving along to agenda item number 9, Christina Moots, Interim County Treasurer, Financial Report.
Good morning.
Yeah, I got it. Thank you.
Long week. Stock show's officially over with. Always counting.
See, you got it.
Done. Y'all's copies on top to sign, and then judges,
Okay.
this is yours on the bottom. Morning, as you'll see, what I'm presenting to you this morning is to the end of December, month of December. Everything is the usual, showing all of our accounts as well as outstanding debt. What you'll notice then as well in the back that I've presented in the past is just because it's the end of the quarter, for our financial, for Eastern Company, one of our investments in the quarter, what we have in just one of the holding accounts at the moment that we invested.
And just smile at her $3.37 of interest in Texas
It's
class.
better than the 235. It's going up. It's going up, little by little.
God, there used to be a time when we would get thousands of dollars in interest.
This is
Okay, you brought our attention to the back page. Explain the bottom where the negative 700.
That's what, it's still gonna show that because that's your year-to-date, that initially it was $1 million investment.
Okay.
That's what was pulled out, don't quote me, I do apologize, I believe it was in May, when that was the amount that was pulled out and transferred into the taxable account.
Okay,
So that's what the negative is representing, and then the 249 and some change is what we still have, because that did mature, and after that matures, that goes into a holding account. Until then, we reinvest into another bank. I have not looked at everything right now, to look at the interest rate, but that amount, we can.
are we gonna close this thing out eventually?
You can go ahead and transfer that out since it's sitting in a holding account. We can go ahead and do that, 249, transfer it out and invest it somewhere else. It's not locked in at the moment because it did mature. Or you can go ahead and reinvest that amount and lock it in for another year at another bank with a,
How,
with
compared to
a-
tax pool,
They're all about the same. I'll be
they're all about the same, because we got a whole
Give or
$18
take, yes.
in dividends and interest from this?
Exactly. I will be honest at the moment, they're about the same, give or take, but we do have Texas class, you'll see on that. They're a little higher at the moment. Now, of course, our amount in there is a lot lower than what we have in Texas pool, but they're climbing a little higher right now with Texas class than Texas pool is. So we can look into maybe taking that amount that we have right now, that 249, and putting it into Texas class and seeing what they're climbing. It's looking promising, let's just say that. So that is an option. And so what I can do is come to next Commissioner's Court and show y'all basically what the daily earn is, and look at that and see if we want to pull from FNC and maybe look at that in the future when the amounts are higher, the interest is higher, and take that to Texas class.
Well, tax class, we've got 57,000.
That's all we've got in that.
And we got a whole $3.37 from that.
Well, this is true, and when you compare the interest, because looking at text pool, doing the math, they're similar. But if you look at the daily earn, Texas class is a little higher, but we're talking like .001 or .002.
Where did this money originally come from?
That was an investment that was done, probably in 2020, it's a million, out of text pool that was given. in
Jan came to us and asked us, can we take $1 million out and put it in there to see how it worked, to see if it was gonna
Yes,
be beneficial.
They broke it up to about 4 different broker CDs, and they're tied to a bank account, or a bank for about a year, and then they mature. You earned a little bit, let's just put it that way, there was a little bit earned. But that's where it originally came from. So now that it's matured and it's in the holding account, we can move it and transfer it out. So that's something, we could definitely put on important steps.
I'll make a motion to approve the treasurer's report for December 31st, 2021.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Martin, second by Commissioner Perdola, that we approve the treasurer's report. Is there any more discussions, questions, additions, or anything like that? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, any opposed? Motion carries. Okay, moving right along to agenda item 10, Jalen T. Botter, Human Resource General Specialist, payroll and personnel changes.
We finally got new employees, so that's exciting. Sarah Pettis was hired as an elections clerk for the Elections Department effective January 10th, 2022, making $14.42 per hour, or $30,000 annually. Doyle Oliver was hired as a corrections officer for the Sheriff's Department effective January 17th, making $16.03 per hour, or $35,000 annually. Leroy Randall was hired as a corrections officer for the Sheriff's Department effective January 17th, making $16.03 per hour, or $35,000 annually. And Jamie Hill resigned from his position as a corrections officer for the Sheriff's Department effective January 1st.
Thank you. Okay. Next agenda item number 11, Brenda L. Trevino, County Auditor. We have both a financial report and bills.
We're doing bills today.
Just doing bills?
Yes, I've reviewed and approved $190,626.71. I'm slow today on bills. Reach, don't fall. I won't go to catch you, Commissioner Wiley or Bella.
I'd just let him fall.
There was nothing really out of the ordinary in the bills this go around, so. We do have our bond payment that is coming due, and that's usually, that'll be run through the treasurer, so, that's our annual payment. You won't see it in here because it's already an approved budgeted amount, so.
And that's just a principal payment?
Yes, it's just principal, the interest is paid in August, I believe. But it's due, the principal payment, I believe is due February second, or not, something, next week sometime.
Just out of curiosity, I was looking at this, it might have been on the bonds, and of course, it's just $50. Nancy, Mary? Okay, but there's not one on the county auditor where, oh, it says county treasurer. Oh, there it is, got it.
Okay.
See it, thank you.
I'll make a motion, Judge, we approve the bills.
Second. Motion by Commissioner Fowle, second by Commissioner Martin, we approve the bills. Is there any more discussion, questions, additions, deletions, changes, anything? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? We have approved the bills. We have done everything else we can do, so we're going to agenda item number 12 at 9:40. We're adjourned.